episode, whatever, season 6, episode 2, whatever.
There we go.
As always, it is your boy, Bad Guy P Mac.
It is your boy, the Walking Holiday He-Man.
And would you like to do the honors of introducing our special guest that we have got here with
Oh
us?
my, I have been waiting for this. You have no earthly idea how excited I am to introduce not a, but the one, the only, the Princess Diana, the dirty Diana. All of this. Michael Jackson wrote this
That's
song
bad.
about this Diana. Now, granted, he wrote it about Prince. Well, he didn't write it about Princess Diana, but she was disappointed that he did not perform it.
Yes, she was.
Because she was like, why
Yes,
not?
she was.
So, yes, we have the one, the only Diana with us today.
Hello, 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 hello.
Yeah.
I'm happy to be here.
Now, I do have a quick question since we are on the Dirty Diana topic. Are you dirty along those lines of what he was describing in that song?
I'm an angel. I'm an angel. I'm an angel. I'm an angel. I'm a saint.
she took it a step further.
She couldn't even say that with a straight face. How the hell am I supposed to believe it?
Okay. I'm an angel. No, my friends call me it too, but honestly, I think it's just because of the song in my name. That's it.
Hmm. So what I'm hearing you say is that you lean more towards the Princess Diana version versus the Michael Jackson version.
Right. She was a badass. She was a badass. I definitely lean towards her for sure.
She was a Thundercat too. She was
She
good.
was.
Yes, she was. So the truth, plus we even for those of you who just now catching up with us, she says she's a saint and she's an angel, but she's an iPhone user. So they can't be trusted. So just take that with a grain of salt and just go from there. Just rock it from there.
I'm very trustworthy. I'm sorry you've had bad experiences with iPhone users.
I feel attacked. She's like,
No, I feel attacked.
don't know my life. She's like, I'm sorry you had bad
I'm
experience.
sorry it triggered you.
Hit below the belt. Why don't you?
Sorry.
My hell. That's all I gotta say.
Yes, indeed. So we go ahead, P Mac.
I was just gonna ask, where do you think we should start? Or actually, Miss Dirty Diana, do you have a topic you would like to kick us off with?
Oh, geez. I don't. Actually, I listened to y'all's episode from last week, and I know on this, Starlin had mentioned some stuff that y'all were going to touch base on, and I wrote it down. While I was at work, I was listening to it, and I left it in my office. In my office at work.
I wouldn't expect that's from an iPhone user.
Oh, whatever. I love y'all are not gonna drop this iPhone thing. We got two Samsung aliens teaming up against me.
Look, us Samsung users, aliens, we kept the X-Files on TV for quite some time. All right. If it wouldn't have been for us, the X-Files would have not been around. Why? Because aliens are real. They're out there.
I mean, they are real. The government finally said, yeah, they're real. They're real.
True. That is very true. So, how about we start with this one, right? Because at the tail end of the last episode, there were a couple of things we want to talk about. One of them was how long how long do you date somebody before they're considered off limits from, say, for instance, a friend?
Yes, I remember. Yeah, I remember that part. I think there's stages to it. Like, you meet someone, you go, or you're talking on the phone, you go on dates, a few dates and stuff. You figure out if you actually like that person and want to keep going on dates. I believe there has to be at least 3 months before you're actually officially boyfriend and girlfriend. 3 to 4 months before the question gets popped anywhere.
Okay.
That's me personally. People may be different, it's subject to everybody else. Some people will just run in and like a week later, they're like, hey, I really like you. That's a red flag. That's a huge red flag. But yeah, for me, I think it's like 3 to 4 months. I'd say 3 to 4 months.
Okay, so say for instance, 3 to 4 months come and go, y'all talking, and then boom, instead of boyfriend girlfriend, something comes up, you just like, I can't. This motherfucker here, I I'm done. For whatever reason, y'all stop talking. Does it
Right.
mean within them 3 to 4 months that, say for instance, he talks or hooks up with a friend, it's okay, or it's like, no, you gotta leave him alone. We've been talking for 3 to 4 months, and
With
no,
a friend
yes, with the friend.
or just
With a friend, with a
that's fucked up.
relative. I'm just saying. Let's just say,
Obviously, no, you just let that go because if they're gonna go and talk to a friend, obviously that's not a good man.
what
And your
happened?
friend ain't good either. So you need to let go of the
Okay,
friend.
well, let's just say hypothetically they didn't know. Like, I met this guy,
Okay.
he's great. Then you come and you find out about it. Hold on, wait, that's Kevin. That's such and such. Do you say, girl, go on and live your best life, or you be like, nah, 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 you can't fuck with him. We talk for this amount of time. Whoop-de-whoop.
That's tough. I mean, that's tough. I think it depends on a lot of things. That's tough. Honestly,
Uh-huh.
I would not. It depends on the situation, right? How it ended. Because if he cheated on me and I broke up with him and he left me for someone else, I don't want him back. But I'm gonna let that person know, like, hey, he's not a good man. He cheated on me. He may cheat on you. May not. I don't know, but I'm just letting you know. Be cautious. I would not take him back though. Me myself personally, no, I would not take him back. But it depends on how it ends, you know? If it ended well because like, oh, I'm going through shit, I need to get myself together. I thought I was ready for a relationship, but I'm not, but I still want to keep dating you. It just depends.
Okay,
I think it depends.
so let's say y'all date a little bit, y'all talk, and for whatever reason, you don't see it going any further than just being friends with him. He might want more with you, but you only want to be friends with him.
Mm-hmm.
So that ends. Y'all are cool. It's amicable, and then he start talking to your homegirl.
I'd be pissed. I'd be fucking pissed off. What the hell is that?
Why?
That's
Why?
very immature
You
because how are you
know
gonna be telling me what no, but how are you gonna tell me like, things are cool, we're friends well, I guess he doesn't know that she's my friend. Fuck.
again, you didn't want him.
Mhm,
He
mhm.
wanted to be with you. You didn't want him. So he started talking to your homegirl.
There's so many levels to this though. Like there really is so many levels to this because I could be like, okay, you can like I don't want him, you can have him. I don't think in 3 to 4 months I can become that attached to somebody to where I couldn't even be around them, you know what I mean? Like if they were dating, I don't think in that short of time I would personally become that attached to someone to where I'd be like, I can't hang out with you guys because I have feelings for him. Um, maybe, but I don't think so. But if that was the case where it was that deep, then I would remove myself. And and that's it. I would just remove myself. I wouldn't end the friendship. I would still hang out with her separately than him. She's still my friend. I would still hang out with her separately from him. And maybe over time, if I see that he's great to her and they're really happy, just because me and him didn't work out, doesn't mean that they won't have something beautiful. But that may take time, time. Like, I don't know how much, but way over there.
So part two to that question is okay, so for whatever reason it didn't you weren't feeling him like that. You saw him as more of just a friend. He hits it off with your homegirl. You see that he's good for her, but then you see this other side of him that you were like, well, I didn't see that side when me and him were talking. Now I kind of want him back. Would that happen?
No, no, because he obviously didn't have that side for me. If it's not for me, I don't want it. You know what I mean? I would not take him back. I would not try to take him back from her. If he's showing that side, that's because he likes her. I mean, men are built a certain way. When they like someone, they're gonna show it. They're gonna do it. They're gonna say it. They're gonna do all the things. You know, some of us are hard headed and we don't understand that at first, and we're like, oh, but he loves me. Oh, but I like him so much. And I speak for all women when I say some of us, you know, because I've been there. I've been there. But men are not that hard. Y'all are really simple. Okay. Y'all are really simple. It's really in actions, and words matter, yes, but actions matter more. And if he's being different with her and he's doing the most for her, he really likes her. He didn't like me like that. So why would I try to take that back if he's gonna come back and give me bare minimum and breadcrumbs and all this stuff because he don't even like me? He doesn't even like me. No.
He may have grown. He probably matured and decided, you know what? Let me show Diane this side. Let me
At
show.
what age do y'all mature? Can y'all answer that for me?
Say what?
At what age do y'all mature? Or
Depends.
does it just happen depending on the situation?
Varies. That varies. That's
Hmm?
my case basis with every guy.
Right. That's true.
We just know that y'all be fast. Y'all just mature at an early age. Just be already there and gone and at the top of the food chain. Already there. Yeah, we be miles behind in that level. However.com. Y'all flatline. y'all stay right there. Once y'all hit that concrete ceiling, stay right there. Us, yes, we may be. We're like the little engine that could. I think I can. I think I can. I think I can. And then we'll eventually catch up to y'all. And some of us probably drop down a little bit low, but some of us continue to go as we see fit. But no, that is understandable. It takes us a while to mature, so to speak.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can say that for sure, for sure. But
Wait, so let's turn this around then. Like if the situation was reversed, where it's the female for you,
mhm,
and she, you know, y'all ended things, and she ends up going and getting with your friend.
you just like that meme say, wish you the best as I continue to sip. I'm not gonna lose an ounce of sleep over it. No whatsoever. I'd be like, all right, it's
But
best.
you really liked her and you invested in her and everything.
Mhm.
You just gonna let it go. You're not gonna try to.
So, so looking at it from that standpoint, let's say He-Man is me and you. It's a
Okay.
girl you used to talk with.
Mhm.
Y'all was rocking for a little bit.
Right.
Got a little heated for hot and heavy for a little bit. For whatever reason, didn't work out. She comes trying to shoot her shot at me. I'll let you know how that works on my end. If it's somebody I'm really close with, like He-Man, let's say my brother, I couldn't do it because even if they dated for 2 weeks, in my eyes, you were He-Man's girl. So I'll never look at you any other way than that. So for me personally, I'm not rocking.
I would like if, especially if it was Paul, it would definitely be the same way. And the reason why is for that reason alone, because like you say, it is levels to it, right? And and what I mean by that is not just levels to the relationship, but it's levels to the friendship as well. So if it is somebody I don't really care about, I'm like, all right, going about your business, most likely I've
Right.
never discussed this woman with you that I'm dating. So they possibly have absolutely no inkling of who she is. But if it's Paul and I'm really feeling some type of way about a woman, I'm gonna let him know. So he'll know how I feel about her, what's going on. But
Wow.
Right.
there's a second part to that too, though. A reason why I wouldn't do it specifically if the roles were reversed. And there's me and Paul. See y'all. Mm-mm. I wouldn't do it because see y'all be setting us up. Y'all, let me talk to his friend. Since it didn't work out between us, let me go holler at his boy. See, y'all go for the juggler. Most of the time, women, if we try and do that, be like, no, that's my girl, don't get moved around with all of that. But a lot of men fall for that. be like either low key looking at their friend's girl a certain type of way, like, damn, she is fine, she is cute. And a girl be like, you know what? It didn't work out between me and him, but I'll holler at his friend. I'll see what his friend is talking about, either to get back at him or sometimes that happens. Like we posted in a group before. And let me ask you this, Diana. Have you ever talked to a guy, seen his friend and was like, fuck. Damn, I should have waited. I should have waited.
That laugh tells me everything I need to know.
Like,
No.
no, you,
Lies,
how you gonna lie?
lies you tell.
How you gonna lie? And I'll go and
Lies you tell.
like,
To quote the great philosopher that is Rick Ross, the devil is a lie.
devil.
No. Okay. You know, I think it's happened to the best of us, you know? I mean, I think it's happened to the best of us. Not that, you know, necessarily the guy that I was with was ugly, but it's happened. Of course it's happened, but I don't get like, damn, I should have waited, or like get super like dramatic about it or anything like that. But I was just like, damn. Yeah, I mean, it's not that big of a thing for me because that whole this is probably such a childish phrase, and the reason why I say that is because my son used it one day, but he said a homie, or I'm not homie, I've never been a homie hopper. That's what they call it. I don't know if that's what they always called it, but he came home. He came home one day using that phrase, and I was like, "Excuse me, where did you learn that?" But I've never been that type to like go and date one of my ex's friends or anything like that. Physical attraction is a different thing. I can go outside with my man, walk by a beautiful woman and think she's absolutely gorgeous. I can walk by a man and think, wow, he's very attractive. That's what we have eyes for. Physical attraction is, you know, it's normal. It's human nature. If I'm with you and you have a good looking friend, I'm pretty sure you know yourself that, you know, you're a handsome fella and you probably hang out with handsome fellas. So you probably know, like, I'm about to bring my girl around the boys. So hopefully nothing happens. But it's physical attraction. It's just about the person, I guess. Like whether you're going to be able to trust them around your friends or if you're going to be able to trust your friends around your person. Because you'd be surprised what some people will do, how quick that flip will switch when it comes to the opposite sex. Because some people just don't have self-control.
What I'm hearing you say is that basically you notice it, but it doesn't spur action. It doesn't spur any level of let me pursue this, so to speak.
Exactly.
Got you.
Yeah, exactly.
So what happens if you out with your man and you see a woman that you believe to be attractive and you see him look, but he look a little too long? Not just like a quick glance, like he looked just a little too long for your liking. How do you respond?
I think you know the answer to that because I'm pretty sure you've been in a relationship and
I don't know the
better
answer to
woman.
that because I'm not stupid enough to do it.
Well, that's a good answer.
I have been involved with way too many Latinas, and Latinas scare me. I'm not stupid enough to look too long.
We're really not that scary.
Don't lie like that.
Bullshit.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't. That's not of God. That's
Well, okay. There's a difference. We're not scary. Y'all are just scared.
No, because y'all are the type that how come you ain't been answering my phone all night? I've been in the hospital. Bullshit. Bitch, you hit me with a car. That's why I'm in the hospital. Like that's how crazy y'all are.
Yep. You talking to a nurse bitch, ain't you? Yeah, I see the way you was looking at her. I ain't got no choice. She comes in and check on me. Don't care. Nope. Y'all give 0fucks.com. But speaking of friends, speaking of good-looking friends, I have a question about something that women do, specifically on online dating, that you could possibly help me out with from time to time. that I've noticed.
Okay.
I noticed that, like, because you brought up a good point, right? You know when your friends are attractive. You understand, you got some good looking friends and what that looks like, whether they're handsome, cute, so on and so forth. Why do women take group photos with their pretty friends, knowing that they not all that, and then post them online, and then like that's their initial profile pic. It's like four of them together, and you like, us as men, we like, all right, maybe I'm lucky. Maybe if I scroll down, it's one of the pretty ones. And then scroll down, and it is not the pretty one. It is not the one that is supposed to be doing that. Is it that is
So
cat?
let me ask you real quick before I reply and before I answer your question. What would you do then? What
What
do you do then?
we
When
scroll?
you find out she's not the pretty one, what do you do then?
I feel lied to. Okay, I feel like I've been catfished. I feel like
Hoodwinked and
yes,
bamboozled,
exactly.
swindled.
You have sold me a false bill of goods. You have not. No, I need a receipt. I need to turn it back in. I need my credit back. So I politely hit the X and I keep it moving because a part of me feels like you're not confident, and I could be wrong. And being you, put your picture first. Now, if at the bottom it is a group of y'all, cool, could rock with that. I'm a-okay. But when that's the first picture I see is you and all your bad friends, I'm like, just like how y'all don't like guys using filters or being hatfished, that I feel like that is wrong. That should be a disclosure.
Um, Me personally, I don't even post uh most of the time. I think maybe once or twice I posted a picture of like me and my friend on my dating profile. I don't personally, I don't like posting my friends on there. Um, I think my friends are gorgeous and stuff, but I just don't know if they would even want their pictures on there. You know what I mean? So I don't do that. But when it comes to us females, we're a little different, when it comes to that. We don't like hang out with like, oh, because I'm beautiful, I'm only gonna hang out with beautiful girls. Oh, because I'm a medium or whatever, I'm only gonna hang out. We don't think about that stuff. We go out with our friends. Our friends are our friends because of other reasons. But why are you laughing? Our friends are our friends for other reasons. We all get dressed up. We tell each other we look beautiful. At the end of the night, we all look busted because we're drunk as hell, but we're still taking selfies and having a great time. And then we post the pictures online. But I mean, I honestly, when I'm on a dating site, I don't see the females. I don't see the females' profiles. I don't know what that looks like for y'all. I just know what the men's profiles look like, and it's not it. It's not it.
Awesome segue. So, what is it like for profile? Like, because you make a good point. You don't see what we see, but we also don't see what you see. So, what is that like? What is it that you see to be like, nope, that is a major like X for a man's profile, or that you're just like deal breaker, or something that you see to be like, they need to stop that shit.
Okay, so one of the things that I hate is when a man, his bio is just like talking about basically how he hates women. That's basically what it sounds like. When you're reading everything that he's saying, he's like, don't have filters, don't have fucking lashes, please be natural, don't weigh this much. They will literally put like, please, you have to weigh under a certain amount on there. Yeah, it's they get very ugly with it. So when they have that in their profile as their bio, they're not even talking about themselves. They're just spitting out basically the ideal woman for them, but in the most mean way ever. That's definitely going to get you no woman at all. We're going to keep scrolling right past your page. There are guys that, use filters. I don't think I've come across the guys using filters where it actually like alters their facial structure or anything like that. I've seen like the ones where it looks like there's some kind of color or pattern or whatever over their picture. So that's if every picture is filtered, that's an issue because when I had mine, not all my pictures were filtered. So if all of yours are filtered and I still have all mine filtered, no, that's a problem. But I mean, that's not something that I would like hit X over. It also depends on their bio and if they're interesting and stuff. If somebody just has in their bio, oh, just ask, they don't want to put nothing in there. They put no, like you put effort to type up a few words about yourself or anything in there. You're not going to put effort into anything else. No, thank you. I don't care how good looking you are. The effort is not there. You're already breadcrumbing. Goodbye. But I think it's also subjective to everybody, their own person, because what may be a no for me may be a yes for the next girl. You know what I mean? So I think it's subjective to everyone's own likes and what they are okay with. I've had some pretty good arguments on dating apps with guys before. That was fun.
No, you have not. What?
Yes, I have.
How the hell do you argue over
Listen,
dating? How did this transpire? Story time, story time, story time.
I love debating like on good topics, and I like debating with people that are educated on that topic. If they're just things like if they're just being obnoxious and stuff, like I don't like that. But I like debating. Sometimes I like arguing. And then the arguing usually turns into like a debate, but they just come at me crazy, like disrespectful. You know what I mean? Like just sexual, just off the top. And most girls would just delete it and move on and stuff, but I make it a point to make them feel stupid. And then sometimes they come back and then we'll just be going back and forth saying stuff. And then I'm like, all right, I'm not spending all that time on you. But I have gotten in a few arguments with guys on there because they just come completely disrespectful at a female. And I'm like, you're never going to find someone because this is how you approach women. Mm-hmm. And it's 2024. It's disgusting and it's kind of scary, because this is behind a screen. Imagine in person.
That is very true. And that is what makes dating very important. Like you had mentioned earlier about those who are like, okay, you've been talking for a week or a month and now we're together. You don't know this person. They haven't shown you certain sides of themselves to see if y'all are truly compatible with what you're getting yourself into. But what I'm hearing you say is that you be like, I got time. I got time today to get on you if I need to.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I am in no rush whatsoever to ever rush into anything because I have been in a relationship that I rushed into and it was for 2 years. And the person that I met in the beginning of that relationship is not the person that I left at the end of that relationship. It was a completely different person. And I was so head over heels and so in a rush to get into that because I liked him so much and he was just love bombing me in the beginning. And I was so deprived from like attention and affection and stuff from my previous relationship before I met him that I just saw all that as him genuinely wanting to show me affection and love and all these things. And in reality, it was just all red flags. And everybody around me saw it. Everybody around me saw it. And I was like, no, he really liked me. I was all delusional. My delulu was like through the fucking roof. But that relationship took a toll on my mental health because he was not the same person throughout the relationship that I met. And at the end of the relationship, when I left him, he was not the same person. And like it took a toll on my mental health, but I was still strong enough to leave him. My son, he will always give me the strength to get through whatever I need to get through. So I was strong enough to leave him, but it's sad because some women aren't. They rush into these things with some men or even men. Some men, they rush into these things with some women and it can be the same. The women can be showing you all this stuff in the beginning just to find out she's freaking psycho, or she's because all this stuff, verbal abuse, emotional abuse, domestic abuse, all that stuff, it can be done by a male or a female.
Mhm.
I've heard from both sexes, that it's happened to them. More so for females, unfortunately, but it's happened with men. And when I do hear that, it's shocking. And sometimes when the guys I've heard it from, they're like these big guys, they're like tall and they're big and stuff. And I'm like, wait, you let her beat you up? She's like 5'2".
Latina probably, but that's neither here nor there. That's probably I'm just saying. Mm, chocolate.
But yeah, yeah. It's crazy though. Like and that's why you really want even, yeah, I don't think it's called being picky. I think it's knowing what you want, being selective, and then like if you don't put up with stuff as little as not putting in an effort into your bio, then you're not gonna put up with bigger things. You're not gonna settle for little things. You're not gonna allow little things. You're gonna want more for yourself. And eventually, hopefully, you'll be in a relationship and you won't be single forever and living with your kid until he's like 25. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But yeah.
Nothing wrong with that though.
No.
Okay,
what about you guys? What does it look like on y'all side?
Oof.
Yeah,
Listen, it is not all peaches and cream on our side when it comes down to online dating at all.
it's really not.
Mm-mm. Not even
Right.
close. So
I want to hear from Max World what his experience has been like, because he's been real quiet over there.
uh-oh.
Well, I've been doing a lot of the talking.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
No, probably one of the biggest things I've had to encounter with dating sites is I'm trying to figure out a nice way to say this. I'm gonna try to not be the bad guy for a minute. A lot of women that I tend to encounter on these dating sites do not have the intellectual capacity to keep my attention. I,
I agree.
I'm I'm trying to keep it like that as so I don't have to sit here and say they're dumb as a box of rocks. I I love
No, speak your
conversation.
truth. Speak your truth.
One of the biggest things that's attractive to me is conversation. Obviously, we can sit here and talk about the physical all day long, but I enjoy conversation. If you cannot stimulate me mentally, then I'm gonna lose interest quick, and I'm gonna get bored, and then I'm just gonna either ghost you or sit there and tell you, look, it was nice meeting you. Maybe I'll see you around somewhere, but this is pretty much the end of the line. That's probably the biggest thing I've encountered on dating sites. It's there's if you can't hold me mentally, it's not going anywhere because I'm very big on communication in all aspects. So if you can't keep my attention just in the beginning stages of getting to know you, then it's it's going nowhere. There's not going to be any deep conversation. The conversations, if we are rocking for a while, and it's those important conversations that need to be had in relationships, it's not going to work. I'll
Yeah.
back away quick. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Just get the $100. That's how I. That's
Yeah.
probably my biggest thing, though.
Because it's like it makes a good point. Because I can look if your brain is smooth, I like smooth like a bowling ball. I can't do nothing for you. I get bored very quick, and I like to argue and I like to start shit, and because it's fun. However, if we can't joke, if we can't have a good conversation, we like PMAX said, it's nothing I can do for you, right? And that brings me to like another question because I in date online dating profiles, one of the biggest things that I see is that I find very funny or hilarious that women will post is no small talk. What what does that mean? Like, are we supposed to start talking about politics right out the gate? Are we supposed to start talking about cancer and how to cure it? Like, what the fuck do you mean by no small talk? Oh, I can't ask you how your day went because if I don't, then that means I don't care. If I don't, like, it's certain things on profiles that I see that I'm like, or you know what? I don't want to do dinner and a movie. I don't want to do dinner and drinks. Well, I'm not going to take you to a $500 fucking concert. I'm not. I don't know you. And if somebody is willing to do that, Queen, I respect your decision. I will always, but that ain't me. I'm not about. I want to be able to experience those things to a point to where we can laugh, joke, I get to know you, and go from there. But those are the type of things that I normally see on online dating websites. I'm just like, no, or constantly saying, because there is, in my opinion, there's a difference of knowing, as P Mac said, what you want, what you desire, as well as what you're looking for. But at the same time, I'm like, okay, what do you bring to the table? What is it that you put forth that will keep me interested? Because looks fade, looks can come and go. So, what do you bring to the table that will make me want to say, okay, you're willing and worth that investment? And if that's not present on your profile, I'm like, all right, cool. I'll just keep it pushing and go from there. So, but that no small, I don't do small talk. And I get most times, most likely, especially on Facebook, how you doing? What you doing? How you been? Shit like that. That can get old. I understand that. But in my mind, that doesn't constitute small talk. Small talk is me asking about your day. What is going on in your life? What has transpired to where it can start a conversation? But if you expected me to talk about physics and how we got to the moon or shit like that right out the gate, I, I mean, fuck. Can you hold that conversation if I was to bring it up? That is my fucking thoughts on it.
Right.
This,
No, good.
yeah, this is actually an interesting conversation that we have stumbled upon. Did you see either one of you, did you see the video of the girl that, um, I guess she was having a conversation with her guy friend, and they were talking about dating profiles. So she made a dating profile of him, and she ran it to see kind of how it would go. And guess what happened? She was getting dusted by twos, getting ghosted by one and a half. Girls were probably with peg legs and one eye and stirring the mashed potato with their strong hand, all that kind of shit. Yeah, she was running it under him. The conversation she's getting played out. These are
I
her
have
words. She's getting played out and ghosted and fucking dusted by these fucking dusty Gila monsters, booger wolves.
Oh my God.
Yes.
I have
So
not
That's,
Are you
she saw
serious?
firsthand how hard it is for
yeah,
us
how hard it is
on
for
dating
guys. Yeah.
as opposed to
I saw the video, and I remember her saying like she was like she was starting to take it personal. She was
yeah.
like, "Is there something wrong with me?" And then she's like, "Oh wait, that's not even my profile." And then she's like, she made it kind of funny, but it was crazy because she's like, "I can't believe I wasn't getting any likes." And she's like, "But not me, like him. I made the profile. And I was starting to get depressed. It was really hurting my feelings." She's like, "I put effort." It's because she said she's like, "I posted like a few good pictures of him, wrote a nice bio and everything." Yeah. And she's like, "I would swipe right on some girls and I was getting absolutely no matches." Yeah, I saw that video. I was like, wow, I guess it's pretty bad out there for the guys.
I gotta see this shit. I have not seen this. Are
I'm
you
trying to find
serious?
out.
Like, running my
Yeah.
she felt some type of way, huh? She was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, because she's like, "My friend, he's such a good guy and he's so sweet and he's got his shit together and, he's not ugly." She's like, "So I told him I was going to set him up like with the dating profile, and I was gonna run it, and I was gonna talk to the girls a little bit to like, get them in and blah blah. And yeah, it was not working.
Now, so this is funny, right? And the reason why I say that is because, if I'm not mistaken, it is either in, I want to say Dallas or in Austin. They have a dating event. I don't know if it's speed dating or it's actually a dating event to where you pay money, you come in. I want to say it's possibly speed dating, but
Mm.
you have your friends pitch your friend for a date, why you should date them. So it could be a PowerPoint, it could be whatever, and your best friend or whoever get up there and be like, hey, this is why you should date. Like, say for instance, if me and PMAC went, it'd be like, this is why you should date PMAC. And I have a PowerPoint saying, hey, he's awesome, he's tall, he's great, he's smart, he's intelligent, da 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 da. And there are single people that are there, single men, single women, and then it goes from there. That is literally what that is like. So whatever she did, that is that in real life in real color, and I think it happens in Dallas, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh wow, no, I've never heard about that.
I'm gonna check. I'm gonna definitely run it, and I'll let you know. But it just sounds like the people that showed it, it seemed like it's a lot of fun. So with that being said, would y'all consider speed dating?
I,
Uh,
I think more than anything, I would just kind of do it for the experience. I'm not
yes, I was gonna say the same thing.
like
Mhm.
I wouldn't go into it thinking, "Oh, I'm about to find the love of my life," and this is like no, just go experience whatever happens. Happens. Just go have a good time with it, have a couple of drinks, and just go fuck with it.
Yeah, and I mean, you may go in with the mentality of it's just going to be for the experience and end up finding the love of your life. Maybe not that night, but then y'all continue the conversation later on down the road. Y'all keep talking and stuff, going on dates, and then the next thing you know, you're married. It could happen, I guess.
Did we open a wound or something?
Let me
No,
tell you.
that's just how my brain works. No, there's no wounds. There is no wounds.
Let me tell you
They're
how.
all healed.
But at the same time, right? So that brings me to another question, because you talked about marriage. You talked about uh, met a speed dating, da da da. We got married. And the reason why I bring that up is because recently I say about earlier this week I saw a multiple videos in regards to guys proposing to their girlfriend and being rejected. Like they had the whole setup, they had the whole like the fam people there, and they get down on one knee and she's just like, no, I'm not doing it. And we're denied, didn't care about the situation, circumstances. So my question for both of y'all is, when do you feel like that marriage should be discussed? Because I personally, when I watch these videos, I feel like there's a possibility that this was not talked about. This was not brought up in the relationship of, I care about you, I love you to the point where I can see a further future with you. For them to say no, but at the same time, I feel like there is a level in the way that these videos are presented, there's a level of pressure, meaning that it is in a public place. It is in a spot to where, oh girl, he got down on a bended knee and he proposed, and to pressure them into saying yes. And if I'll be honest, kudos to the women for whatever reason for saying, I'm not doing that. I don't give a fuck who's around here. I'm not doing it. So for y'all, from your perspective, when do you feel like marriage should be discussed? How long do you feel like that topic should be broached moving forward?
I feel like pretty early on. I don't know if I would put like a certain time frame on it. Typically, when I'm having a conversation that's gonna bring up the topic of marriage, we're already like comfortable talking about things, like not just marriage, but other things that's gonna coincide and bring that topic in there. But I like to talk about it, preferably a little bit early, depending on their situation. If they've been married before, there are guys that have been married before. They get divorced and they're like, I don't see myself ever being married again. I want to get married. So I'm going to be with you for a year, you know, and I'm not getting a ring or anything. And I'm like, what's going on? Like, then we start talking. I bring up marriage.
Mm,
Do you see a future with me? This and that. Actually, like I've been married. I wasn't a good experience for me. I don't see myself being married again. I love you to death, but I don't see myself. I want to be a wife. I
mm,
want to carry my husband's last name. So I think there's not really a way to put like a certain time frame on it. I think it just depends on where each person as is in their own personal life, what they've experienced, how they feel about it. But I do think it's important to if it's something that is important to you, it's something that you want to do, get married, say that. If it's something that somebody doesn't want to get, or somebody that has never been married and you
mm.
have, you don't want to, let them know. I don't want to have any more kids. I have one kid. He's 12, almost 13, and he keeps me very busy. I can't imagine having two or three of him, okay? Because this kid's got me all over the place all week long, okay? But I don't personally want to have any more kids. I don't want to pop out any more babies.
Mhm.
Like, no, not for me. I don't mind if I'm in a relationship with someone that has kids. That's completely fine. But I don't personally want to have any more kids. So if I end up matching with someone, I think these are conversations that need to be had, fairly in the beginning. Maybe not the first day you're talking to them, maybe not the first week. You'll figure it out as your conversation goes. You might end up talking with someone that like gives you all the energy in the beginning and then it starts to die out. And so you're like, okay, I'm not even gonna have this conversation with this person. Clearly they're not interested in me, or like, whatever. So it's hard to kind of pinpoint when you're going to have a conversation about certain things, but I do believe that they need to be done when you are like set on certain things.
Mhm.
When you're set on not having kids, when you're set on not getting married, or when you're set on you do want to get married, when you're set on I wouldn't relocate, I would never move out of Texas. What if it's just I think there are conversations that need to be had, but it's hard to pinpoint a time.
That makes sense. Sooner the better is what I'm hearing. You said go ahead and just go ahead and have that conversation, see where it goes, especially if you have that, like you say, those boundaries, those things that it's on.
Right.
If I can't give you what you're looking for and how you're looking for it, I'm glad that we got it out the way. Let's not waste each other's time. We could be cool, but as far as long term, so on and so forth, that's not the case.
Right.
Right on.
It's dating is it's tough. You don't think about all these things anymore, but or before you would never think about all these things. You kind of just meet somebody someday randomly somewhere because it wasn't online, you
Hmm.
know, and you just hit it off and you guys become friends. And then in that friend stage where you guys are hanging out and stuff, you learn so much about each other and your wants and your desires and your likes and all these things. And then you end up dating. And every relationship goes through its hardships and stuff. But by that time, you know that person fairly well and stuff, and y'all can get through the hard stuff. But I feel like when you bring up a topic like marriage to someone or kids or those aren't necessarily difficult or hard topics to discuss, but they're important ones to discuss. And they don't want to discuss it. They either have an issue communicating,
Hmm.
talking about things, or they're not emotionally like mature enough to talk about things like that. Because I don't feel like that's typically like a hard conversation to have. And if you don't want to give me the time while we're already talking to discuss it, you know what I mean? To me, like that's just like, why not? There's something behind the that. I'm big on communication. If there's one thing I can do, it's talk.
But communication rules the nation, right? If closed mouths,
Yes,
if you don't know,
exactly. Exactly.
it,
what are
it
your thoughts on that?
actually it actually brings up, I think what before we ended last week's episode, what I brought up,
Hmm.
your needs versus your wants
Hmm.
in a relationship. Basically, the things that you 100% you are not going to compromise on, the things that you that have to be done in a relationship versus those things where you might be able to bend on those a little bit. Like this is one of those things. Like for some people, it is marriage. For some people, it is kids. They want to be a mother. They want to be a father. You know, you 100% you have that right. But if I'm in a space where, say, I don't want kids, I'm well 100% within my right to not want kids too. But that's a conversation that would need to be had well before there's any feelings involved, before this starts to get serious, before this starts to turn into anything. Those type of things need to kind of it doesn't even have to be an in-depth conversation, but it's things that needs to be brought up in that dating phase before things start to get serious. Because, like you said, who wants to sit there and invest 4 or 5 years in a relationship? You've never had that marriage conversation. But I'm ready to propose. I want to be a husband. I go to propose, and she says no. That's 5 years wasted. And me personally, it's just me. If I propose to you and you say no, this shit is over. It is a wrap. There is no going back.
Yeah,
I'm like, this is fucking. I'm turning into goddamn
I'm done.
Masa. You never go over there. You never go over there. Like fuck that. Like, but it's that's the type of stuff that just it has to. Those conversations have to be had. Plain and simple.
Well, but that's the biggest thing, though. Like you always say, time is inventory. That is one of the biggest things. Time is one of the few things that you can't get back. That is something that no matter how much money you spend and what that looks like, you just can't get it back. So it is paramount. It is important that you have those discussions early and often to see because people change, right? So even though you had it early, have that conversation. Okay, we may not be on the same wavelength, but you good peoples. I may want you still in my life and see where that goes. Who's to say it doesn't evolve? But it starts with having it early. It starts with being, okay, I don't want marriage. I don't want kids. I don't want these items. But you'll never know unless they're talked about and they're brought up. And I feel like like I say, I watch these videos and they're painful to a certain extent. Why? Because it sucks that you got rejected, but did you do your part by bringing them up early? Did you say, do you want to be married? Do you want to have kids? Do you want to be with somebody? Or women, ladies, yes, I'm gonna get on y'all ass. What we do here. Did he do all those things? And you say, yeah, I want to be married, Big Daddy. I do. I want to be married. You're my man. And then he do all the right things. You cheat like y'all do. I digress. And then he's like, that's my boo, that's my babe. And then he get on one knee and your guilt kick in right there. No, I can't. I can't marry you because I know I did dirt. I know I did you wrong. I know you. No, because that's how y'all do us. Just saying, just letting y'all out there in TV land know that us good men, that's how we get treated. .com, edu.
Listen, there are a lot of people out here that are dating and in relationships and they're completely unhealed. They have so much trauma and baggage from past relationships and stuff that they're bringing into new relationships. And it may be not even new. It could be a year down the line, 2 years down the line when you propose to the girl and she tells you, I can't marry you. I cheated on you. It could be she has so much work still to do, but she didn't do it because she went from that relationship that ended horribly and completely destroyed her or whatever, and she brought it into your relationship. And she wishes she would have cheated on him and she somehow ended up cheating on you, even though you were so good to her. You were a good man to her. And that's what makes dating very hard these days. And that's why, like, you need to take your time. It is imperative to take your time and get to know people. And You can heal on your own. You take the time for yourself, do the work, do the inner work that you need to do, but you'll get to a point where the healing requires another person. The healing requires another person. Once you've healed yourself from, the trauma and the things that you experienced alone or not alone in the past relationship and stuff, there's a part of it at the end, and you'll realize that I realized it, that I cannot heal without that other person. I need that other person to show me if I'm healed from that. I need to get in a relationship, do things with this person, and see if certain things are still going to trigger me. See if I'm not going to be able to communicate with this person still. I won't know that until I get in a relationship. So that's why I say, like, you need the other person to finish your healing, or not to finish your healing, but to get most of it completed. I feel like every day we should be working on ourselves and growing, but it's hard because there's so many people out here these days, so many that are just relationship hopping, and the relationship ended bad, and they just went and took that bad and went right into the next person. And that's why you just hear more times than not, you hear like, bro, she cheated on me, he cheated on me, he fucking was an asshole, he assaulted me, he hit me, he put his hands on me, she fucking keyed my car and like busted in my windows and shit. She's psycho. Like, you never hear, a lot of times nowadays, a lot of breakups, they don't end well. And it's just constant, like, we ended on bad terms or whatever. I hate her, I hate him. It's not well. When was the last time you heard somebody say, oh, we just split up because it just wasn't working out? We had our differences. We didn't agree on things. We couldn't compromise on things, and we just decided to part ways. How many times do you hear that as opposed to, I got fucking cheated on?
I mean, what's that old saying? Hurt people.
Exactly.
Whether it's intentional or not, like you said, if you're not healed, and again, it may not be 100% healed, because when the bottom line is you're never going to be 100% ready for something. Like you said, at some point, you just got to kind of take that leap of faith and see, how far you've come, and see if you are ready to take that next step. But I mean, it's just, you also got to be able to, like we said, differentiate your needs from your wants. Things you're willing to compromise versus things you wouldn't. I mean, maybe so many people wouldn't have gotten involved with Diddy if they wouldn't have compromised so much.
1,000 bottles.
We had to talk.
1,000.
We had to talk about the Diddler.
Look, that was
The Diddler.
Listen, I had a question for y'all, but since you already here,
you knew it was coming. We had to address this shit.
Look, if you have to go to, say for instance, it's your Friday, we'll say Saturday, and you got 3 parties you got to go to. It's either gonna be a Puff Daddy party, a Bill Cosby party, or Hannibal Lecter party. Which one, y'all?
Oh my god!
Which party you going to? Which one that you just gonna be like, you know what? What y'all leaning towards? Because Diddy did a lot.
What are you leaning towards? You ain't exempt from this shit. What are you leaning towards?
Huh? Yeah, let's hear your answer first.
Come on now. What are you leaning towards?
If I had to lean towards him, I'm staying my ass in. I don't have.
That would be my answer. I'm staying my black ass at home.
I'm staying at home. All right. I ain't got no problem telling a motherfucker no for nothing. I will create. I will say, I no, because. But if I.
I mean, dude, Cat Williams already said it in that damn interview.
No, we need Cat Williams to the portal.
Cat Williams sat there on that fucking couch and said, I've turned down $50 million numerous times to protect that hole that you was talking about from Diddy.
Yeah.
He specified from Diddy.
But not only him, but Orlando Brown. They laughed at him because they thought he was fucked up. But he was like, nah, when you go to a Diddy party, these are the things that you need to look out for. And now it's coming to light, and he hasn't, but if he takes a victory lap, you can't be mad at him. And it's one of those things to where you're just like, it sucks because I'm gonna say this: nobody should have to experience that, men and women, because a lot of times it's gonna be focused on either or, but nobody should be put in that place to the point to where they have to experience the things that happen in what he had going on. Now, some people are gonna say, "Oh well, what's wrong with being freaky?" First of all, consent. If you, it's nothing wrong with being freaky, freak nasty. I'm not gonna say that. That's me. But as long as consent is involved, that is
Right.
the biggest thing, a understanding, a conversation. But reading the things that were going on, reading the things that we're doing, whether it was sexual, physical, emotional, a lot of things happen against a lot of people's will. That should never happen. So if Diddy gets sent up the stream, sent up the road, can't be mad at nobody but himself.
Well,
No.
I'm letting you know right now, a bunch of people better lawyer up because if you think Diddy ain't in there singing like R. Kelly, oh, good Lord, why
No, it's Mr. Raper Man,
they,
Mr. Robert.
they're gonna be in there together pretty soon. But if you think Diddy ain't in that fucking FBI interrogation singing on everybody, you are sadly mistaken. He in there, he telling like Nino Brown was talking on that stand.
Uh-huh. He's gonna be quiet.
Mhm.
He's gonna try to save his ass as best as he can. Whatever plea deal they give him, if you give us this, this, and this, we'll give you this, this, and this. He's gonna sing like a parrot.
Yep.
Mhm.
Hot and heavy. It's gonna be
So I'm
interesting.
pretty sure everybody is like shaking in their boots right now. All these celebrities, they're probably lawyering up, and their Friday nights, they're home. They're in. They stayed in. They're talking to lawyers.
Enjoy their freedom.
But
Because all that shit that was going on up in them parties, enjoy your freedom while you can. Because some names is about to come out. And some of these celebrities that are, all the young fuckity fucks be idolizing, your opinion's probably gonna change on some of them.
Right.
Hollywood is just so corrupt. And it's not a good place. It's sad because so many kids look up to these people and they want to be them and they want to grow to be like them.
I mean, that is very true. I mean, just like how we did R. Kelly music, I like a Diddy music. What did Diddy used to say? Take that, take that. Nigga, what were you talking about? What was you doing? What was going on?
he, oh, he knew what he was doing. None of us, we didn't. We had no idea. Now we know.
Now we know. Now we know. So no, very much so.
And with something like that, to I guess to be serious for a minute, I 100% want to applaud Cassie for everything she went through was insane.
Yeah, she was super courageous for getting herself out of that.
And to kind of, I guess, to kind of somewhat spearhead this movement and get this motherfucker off the fucking streets, it has to be commended because I know that wasn't something that was easy at all. Especially in today's day and age where, too many times it's cry wolf. You say some shit and a lot of people aren't gonna believe you, or a lot of people don't want to believe you because Diddy would never do nothing like that. So, it's got to be commended. Got to be.
It has to be for so many reasons. For primarily one, when a person is willing to offer you everything, but it comes at the expense of your mental health, your physical health, or your emotional health, it can be difficult to walk away from that. It can be difficult to say, I don't want this, right? But on another note, to get that going, that means that she had to relive that. Why? Because when you're in a court of law and you see those videos, you see those topics, testimonies, conversations, to have to revisit that level of trauma and abuse, and for her to say, no, I'm going to still move forward with that. That you're right. That takes a high level of courage. So I'm right there with you. That man, that she because she opened up the door for a lot of people who were like, they won't believe me, they won't trust me. I don't have enough money, I don't have enough resources, I don't have enough support, I don't have enough care, I don't have enough of people in my corner that will beg me if I was to come forward. 110% agree with that. Very much so. So
Yeah, I agree too. That's definitely tough having to relive it, but doing it. I'm pretty sure it was not easy for her, and I'm sure she had to talk to people about it and to really decide if this is the right thing that she should do. She's very scared for her life. Diddy's a powerful man.
mhm,
He is a powerful man. So she was probably scared for her life. And then on top of that, like she has a kid now too. She's happily married. You
mhm.
know, there's so much that I'm sure she had to sit and think about so much and talk to somebody about it to finally come out. So it does. It takes so much courage to come out against a man like Diddy. But I'm glad they took her serious, and she must have came in with some evidence left and right for them to actually go after her. She can't just walk up in there and be like, listen, I've been with Sean P. Diddy Combs for I don't know how many years, and he's done this, and that. Like she had to come in there with some hard evidence for them to, you know, finally take him in and charge him with shit. And so it's crazy. I'm sure that's gonna be a crazy try. I don't think he's gonna get himself out of this one.
Oh, he is, look,
No.
he's a crack freak. He is because they're when they said they denied him bail because he was a flight risk and all of that. But you are 100% right. The in my mind, the thing that opened it up the most was when he tried to settle quickly and quietly. Like it
Oh
was,
yeah.
oh, yep, she right here. Let's just pay her this money and then
Mm-hmm.
hold on. If you really feel like you didn't do the shit that you did, because for me, I'm going to fight tooth and nail if I did not do it. If I feel like that my character is more important than money. So if I feel like that I did not do it, guess what? I don't care how much money it takes. I'm going to stand on that shit. But he was like, no, let's just go ahead and just push this shit forward. Y'all go to sleep, and
Yeah.
that didn't happen. So
Yeah.
no,
Yeah. And then she came back. And then she came back. That's how I mean, you can just imagine like how bad it must have been,
right.
for her to still come back and decide, like, no, I'm taking this motherfucker down. And
Mhm.
I may be wrong, but she's Latina. I think she's Latina.
See with the internet. I want to agree.
But she kind of looks like she's Filipino, but I
Let's see.
never really looked into it.
Well, I'm interested. I'm
I
finna,
could ask Siri, and Siri can pull it up pretty quickly if you'd like.
no, ma'am, no. We will not
I'm just saying.
put up her and infect this awesomeness with the downgrade of Siri. But she don't listen to y'all most of the time anyway.
Really don't.
Yes, she does.
She really
She
don't.
listens to me.
Mm-mm. She don't. Prove it. Let's
Who
see.
do y'all have? Do
Yes.
y'all say like,
Yes. Her mother is African American, Mexican, West Indian, and her father is Filipino.
okay, okay? Does she
So
look Hispanic? She looks more Filipino for sure. Once I figured. So yeah, she's Latina.
there.
Yeah, I'm proud of her. I'm definitely proud of her. She definitely made a statement with that. She told a lot of women like, you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it.
Especially when you think about how young she was going, because I mean, her debut album, she was what, 18, maybe 19 when that shit came.
Mhm.
So you think about somebody that young, how young and impressionable you usually
Yeah.
at 18, 19. Then on top of that, being in this industry, where you will. I mean, I don't know anything about her personal life or family's life, like if it was something that they needed or anything like that. But you think about you're willing to do anything to try to make it in this industry at that age, even if it means, compromising your morals to a certain extent, or if maybe your family situation isn't the greatest, maybe you grow up in poverty, and you need this for your family. Like, to go through that at such a young age is crazy. So again, I definitely commend her for that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, because especially I think I read while I was listening earlier, like you say, okay, so she's 18. And I think I was listening to a background on a little bit of who was it? Dua Lipa.
Mm,
And how her family gave her the A-OK to leave from a different country to here at such a young age, right? And for her to be where she's at now, that's scary as hell. So to imagine that from a different country, but even with Cass, like you say, she's 18. That she is, I know that is an adult, but to have somebody in that position of power to do the things, that's rough. That
Well, in the beginning, they make everything sound amazing. Oh, I'm
right,
gonna do this. We're gonna get you set up with this. You're gonna have the most nicest things, the most nicest cars. Like, you're gonna be famous. You're gonna be a celebrity. You're gonna be. They make it sound amazing, and then you sign your soul away.
right,
But apart from signing your soul away, I'm pretty sure she did not expect all the other shit that she went through.
right. And as you mentioned, she's in a current marriage, got a kid, relationship or whatnot. So I commend all parties involved. Her to step up, him or whoever she's with to say, I support you. I know this is going to be fucking difficult. I know you're going to have to deal with a lot of things. I'm rocking with you. All parties involved, her, him, family, anybody that supported her in getting this snowball moving, salute you.
most definitely.
So, yeah.
I'm glad he's behind bars. I am so glad. That man just looks evil.
The
He just
biggest,
has that look.
especially during that apology video, right? When he got popped,
Yes, yes.
he was like, "Oh, fucked up," and I just, fuck that.com. No, that was wrong. No,
Yeah.
like I tell clients or when people ask me, I always say, your diagnosis of what she was doing does not excuse your behavior. That is not an excuse, not even remotely close. You can you can apologize, but making amends is totally different. That's an apology in action. So to see that, and a part of me felt like that after he did that, he thought he was going to get away. He thought that that was going to be the end of it, and it wasn't. And he got to sleep on that. He got to deal with that. So,
Yeah, he got to take that.
I'm
I had to. I couldn't resist.
done.
Oh my goodness.
I'm fucking done. I am gonzo. I am
Um,
beneath.
I'm pretty tapped out too. I
the
think
amount
I
of
think that's a good spot. I think that's a good spot.
What was you gonna say, Diana? What was you gonna
the
say?
amount of memes, the amount of memes. I know y'all seen all the memes. Y'all have had to seen
Yeah.
all the
Oh,
memes on
yeah.
this whole thing.
I've seen
Because
the
The
video.
internet
black people can't take nothing
undefeated.
seriously, and that's why I love it.
No,
That's
Oh,
why I love
the
us.
internet's undefeated.
did
Yeah, yeah.
facts because didn't he say like 100 gallons or 100 bottles of baby oil? Look,
Thousands,
it's a lot. It's look,
thousand bottles, baby
A
oil.
thousand.
that was
Try to run if you want to. You slipping and sliding all over the place. I'm done.
look,
Yeah,
every time when I think of baby oil, I think of what was it, Buffalo Bill with Hannibal Lecter. Ah,
Oh my god.
now I'm done. Now I'm done.
I'm done. I'm done with y'all. Y'all are a bad influence on me. I'm finished.
Any, any, any other quick takes before we get up out of here?
Talk to us, Diana. Anything you want to leave us with? What is your go-to?
No, nothing really. I honestly I enjoyed this so much. I want to say thank you to you guys for inviting me on your podcast. This was great. I really enjoyed it. I loved the hearing, your personalities come through, and then but all your mindset and your views on things. So that was great. Yeah, I really liked it, and I had fun. So thank you.
This is an open invitation. You come on anytime. Matter of fact, you got to come in person too at some point.
Yeah. Yes, at some point, yes, for sure. I think it'll be even more fun in person.
That's when we're gonna get a little bit of the bubbly. Get some drinks on. What you drinking on over there?
If I can sit up here and okay, that is it's wrong, but it's Baby Jane. So it is Mary Jane's little sister, I think. I don't know. But that is the name of it, Baby Jane whiskey. So, like you said,
Oh, whiskey. Okay.
yes, a little bit of the bubbly, as P Max says. It has treated me very nice and highly recommended.
Nice. Very nice. Very nice. I'm a rum drinker. I drink rum.
Okay.
Um,
What? Hold on.
I don't have a favorite. I drink rum specifically because it's the one liquor that doesn't give me a hangover, so I can go in, I can go in on the rum. I don't know how I figured it out, but it does not give me a hangover, so that's what I drink. And I love mojitos, so I love my mojitos. Yeah,
Wake
for
up the
sure.
next day like Captain Jack Sparrow. Why is the rum always gone?
Because I be drinking it. I'm not drinking right now though for at least 6 months. I'm taking a sabbatical for 6 months. Oh,
So 6 months is the deadline. That's the demarcation line. After 6 months, it can be revisited.
yes. Yes, for sure.
Okay. And what month are we in now?
September. So like March, end of March.
Okay. All right, bet. We
Middle
will
of-
respect your wishes of no drinking.
No
However,
drinking.
March, we should plan a face-to-face podcast, so to speak.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean,
I'd be down. I think it'll be fun.
it could be before then, but we always like to offer our guests, we provide the necessary requirements, so to speak.
Yeah. Sounds like you're trying to get me drunk.
No, yeah, you think so lowly of us. Maybe.
I'm gonna be like off of a 6-month sabbatical, like super lightweight, and this one's over here like I'm gonna get her.
We should celebrate your 6 months. Yes, very much so.
All right. Sounds like a plan. Thank you guys so much
Most definitely.
for having me.
Thank you for joining us. Greatly appreciate it.
We appreciate you being
Yeah, absolutely. Anytime I will come on here and yell a little bit, scream a little bit, laugh a lot. I feel like I did a lot of yelling, but yeah.
I'll tell you what, P-Max, send us home, fam.
Alrighty, well, episode 104 is a wrap. Once again, we do appreciate our lovely guest, Dirty Diana, joining us here. We will see y'all again next week with episode 105 or episode 3 of season 6. I keep forgetting that. I'm going to get used to saying that. But as always, it is your boy, the bad guy, P-Mac.
It's your boy, the Walking Holiday He-Man. And along with
Princess Diana.
Princess Diana now, okay? Yeah, to you. Well,
it sounded good. It sounded real good.
it sounded real good.
Yeah, Princess Diana. No, Dirty Diana.
But all you people out there listening to us in Spotify land, iHeartRadio land, Google Podcast land, no Apple Music, because again, we don't put our shit on that bullshit. Had to do it. But we will catch y'all next week for the next episode. And remember, Tupac cares if don't nobody else care, because I don't. Y'all next week. Peace.
Later.
Bye.